Hey there, Sagittarius. Good afternoon and welcome to your November 2020 tarot reading. Welcome to Love and Abundance Tarot. My name is Carrie and I'm excited to share your November tarot reading with you. Sagittarius, we're going to give you and provide you a very comprehensive understanding energetically for your tarot reading in the month of November. Similar to last month, I'm going to provide you your astrological forecast at the beginning of today's reading. What that is it points out the movements of the planets specifically throughout November, the days that these planets shift into specific houses for you. And the houses for all of us are going to be different. So we're going to talk about your houses and these planets moving into these energies, or moving into these houses and the kinds of energies that it creates for you, Sagittarius. And that's going to give us a big picture look at kind of what's happening for you in the month of November astrologically. And then we're going to hone in and we're going to do a tarot reading where we're going to be able to see how some of these energies manifest a little more specifically for you in the month of November. And we're going to have messages, right? Guidance, intuitive guidance throughout this reading in order to be able to help you, Sagittarians, be able to create more joy and happiness and more love and abundance in your life. So, I love my job. I feel excited to be able to share your reading with you today. So whether your sun sign is Sagittarius, or your moon or rising is Sagittarius, or maybe you have Sagittarius in your Venus, or you could be checking up on a Sagittarius for some of you. And for others, you may just be intuitively guided to be here, right? You landed here on this channel, and specifically you may have been drawn to this reading. It may have been a word, it may have been an emoji, it may have just been a feeling, an energy that said, click on this. Trust those energies, right? Whether you're Sagittarius or not, you're here and meant to be here for a reason. So I'm confident that we're going to have some meaningful messages for you today. So, Sagittarius, let's get started. The first thing that I want to do is, I'm doing something a little differently in the month of November. I'm just pointing out some fun facts and just sharing them with each of the zodiac signs. So, Sagittarius, I'm going to share some fun facts that are very common in terms of energy found amongst the Sagittarian energy. So let's read about some of these facts. Sagittarians like to be there for others because you know what it's like having no one during the difficult times, right? And that's a beautiful energy. It means that you're very compassionate and understanding. You're empathetic and sympathetic towards others. Sagittarius, you're great company to others. You're open to changes and new experiences. You know, that's one of the great qualities about Sagittarius zodiac sign is you guys adapt to changes so well. Third, Sagittarians don't like to be controlled. You need to be able to feel your freedom, right? You like to be able to feel that freedom to be able to move freely. Sagittarius, you have the personality that allows others to be comfortable in your presence, right? So it provides a kind of energy for others where they can feel comfortable in their skin. People can just naturally be themselves and feel comfortable when they're with you, Sagittarius. That's a beautiful quality. And then the last quality is Sagittarians have a great sense of humor. You love laughter and experiencing the lighter energies. Okay, and I love laughing. I love a great sense of humor. So that quality really resonates with me, Sagittarius. Okay. So let's get started now and let's go over your astrological reading and let's point out what's happening throughout the month of November and the specific dates and the planets and the houses that these planets are moving into. Okay, Sagittarius, so the month of November, this is a big month, right? It's an intense month, similar to October. It's an exciting month for intensity and for changes. We have two big energetic activities astrologically taking place in November. First is we have Mars going direct, and I believe that Mars goes direct on the 14th of the month, and then we have Mercury going direct on the 4th of November. So those are some pretty big planetary shifts. Okay, Sagittarius, on the 4th of November, we have Mercury going direct and it joins Venus in your 11th house. Okay, so Mercury is the planet of communication. Venus is the planet of attraction, right? The 11th house represents the energy about your social connections, right? Your outward social connections and then your inner social connections as well. So with the planet of attraction and Mercury, which is communication, it lets you know, Sagittarius, that the 4th of November, right around that time, that's a great time for you to be able to reach out, to connect and to communicate with others, maybe to call in your tribe, form partnerships and alliances. It's a great time to collaborate with others and create partnerships. So Sagittarius, keep in mind, right? If some of you have some of those, maybe you're mindful of some more complicated and challenging conversations that you need to have, just ride this energy along the 4th of the month, right? Because they're beautiful energies for communication where you're able to communicate clearly and others receive your communication the way they can understand it. So it's a great energy for you, Sagittarius. On the 11th of November, we have Mercury coming to join the Sun in your 12th house. The 12th house for you this month is about releasing things that you've been hanging on to that no longer serve you. This is a time to focus on what you've already accomplished rather than the things that you haven't accomplished yet, right? So looking at what you've accomplished and taking on those energies, right? Feeling grateful for all that you've accomplished, everything you've learned, all the growth that you've experienced. Okay, moving to the 14th of November, we have Mars going direct, and this takes place in your 5th house. Mars is the planet of taking action. The 5th house is the planet of creativity, right? Children, siblings, that younger, youthful, fun kind of energy. So this is a great time for new beginnings for you, whether that's a new beginning in a relationship for some of you, or maybe a new beginning in starting a business, but a beautiful time to make some changes and create some new beginnings for yourself. Sagittarius, capitalize on your creative energies at this time, right? So the middle of the month, a very creative time for you. So if some of you are trying to think of ideas, middle of the month is a beautiful time for that because you're going to be connected to beautiful creative energies, your creative energy. This is a great time for entertainment and to be able to connect your energies with something in your life that brings you joy, right? So think about the things in life. It's going to be different for each and every one of you. The things that just bring you joy, the things that make you feel young, alive, and youthful, and connect your energies with those activities. Okay, Sagittarius, in the middle of November, Jupiter and Pluto come together. And this takes place in your 2nd house of finances. Jupiter is the planet of good fortune, right, of shifts and of changes. And Pluto is the planet of endings and transformations. So some of you, taking place in the house of finances, you may be experiencing, right? It's time to think about your budget, right? Have you written a budget for yourself? If not, this is a good time to write a budget for yourself. Have you been making investments, right? This may be a beautiful time to have these investments flourish and prosper for you. And some of you may be experiencing some changes, within your workplace, right? Within your finances, and hopefully they're favorable changes. Some of you may be experiencing a raise or a promotion or a transfer of some sort. That's taking place in the middle of the month for you. On the 15th, we have a new moon happening in your 12th house. On the 22nd, we have the sun coming into your 1st house. What does this do? This energy shines a light on you, right? This is a great time for celebrations, right? This is a great time to have a party, have a get-together, and have friends over, right? Right around the 22nd. Also on the 22nd of November, we have Venus joins this energy in your 12th house, right? So now we're reverting back to your 12th house. 12th house is that deeper house, right? It's the house that's connected to our subconscious, right? The deeper things in life. So this is a great time to sit back and to, maybe remove yourself from some of the chaos in the world, to seek some of that quiet time and allow yourself to connect with yourself with those energies of peace and stillness in your life. And when you're in those energies, this is a great time to ask yourself the important questions, like, why am I here? What's my purpose? Looking at this last year, right? As we're approaching the end of the year this year, we can look back and we can look at the changes that we've all experienced this year. Sagittarius, right? Ask yourself, how have I adapted to these changes? What kind of changes do I want to make moving forward? How can I better adapt to all the global changes that are taking place in the world? Okay, and then on the 31st, the last day of the month, we have a lunar eclipse happening in your 7th house of relationships. Some of you may experience changes to your relationships, right? You may be changing the dynamic of a relationship. Some of you may be beginning a brand new relationship, whether it's romantic love or friendship or a business partnership. Some of you may be ending relationships as well as starting brand new relationships. So those are the energies, Sagittarius, taking place for you with the lunar eclipse at the end of November. Okay, Sagittarius, let's get started with your tarot reading now. First thing we want to do is pull an affirmation card for you so that we can see which affirmation my guides and your guides feel would be best suited for you to hear, taking us into your tarot reading. Okay, Sagittarius, so beautiful energy taking you into November as it comes to us as courage, the number 17, which reduces to an 8. 8's a strong number, as above, so below. By shining brave and true and bright, my courage now returns this night. By shining brave and true and bright, my courage now returns this night. By shining brave and true and bright, my courage now returns this night. Okay, there you go. That's all for you, Sagittarians. You know, taking the energy of you're being encouraged, stepping into the month of November to have courage, right? To find those reserves of courage within yourself. Let's pull some more tarot energies and get a better idea specifically what's going to be happening for some of you. Okay, Sagittarius. So I'm doing your reading today with my Psychic Tarot deck by John Holland. And I'm going to use my Universal Tarot as the clarification. We just want to pull some energies to see what's going on for you. This first energy that we're pulling is going to serve as a strong energy taking us into the month of November. So it's going to represent a pretty important energy in your life. All right, Sagittarius, I'm going to give this one more shuffle. Okay, beautiful. So Sagittarius, the energy showing up for you in November, taking you into your November reading, comes to us as the base chakra, right? This is our root chakra. This is representing the energy of taking action, right? Maybe having the courage, Sagittarius, right, to take some action in the month of November. And I feel like some of you are. Maybe some of you are really in the process of maybe going through some metamorphical kind of changes, really deep changes, in action. So, anytime a chakra energy shows up, I feel like it could be showing up because there could be a blockage there for you. But this is showing up as a central theme in your for your reading today. So it's about taking action in November. For those of you that may be experiencing a blockage with this chakra, how do we free up our energies with the chakra? How do we open it up? We open it up by moving, right? Physical movement, going out for a walk, going for a jog, a run, walking up and down the stairs, getting out with nature and connecting with nature and doing a walk at the canyon, right? But it's that movement, moving quite a bit physically that opens up the chakra for you. Some of you may be moving around quite a bit in the month of November. All right, Sagittarius. Coming in at the top of your reading, we have recognition and reward, right? So some of you in November, you're going to be receiving some type of recognition and reward, reward regarding something that some of you may have been trying to create and to manifest in your life. Okay, Sagittarius, coming in next, we have choose wisely, right? So this is about having a lot of choices, right? All kinds of options. Coming in next, we have standing your ground, right? This is where courage kind of comes in, right? So some of you may have you may be dealing with others where you have a difference of opinions on things, right? You maybe have others trying to talk you into going a different direction or doing something a little differently. This is encouraging you, right, to stand your ground. What does that mean at the end of the day? Sagittarius, it means to trust yourself, right? Trust yourself, your sense of judgment, right? Trust your energies, standing your ground. So we've got a 7 and a 7 right next to one another. All right, coming in next, we have movement, choices, and decisions, right? And we already know that there are going to be a lot of choices for you in the month of November, Sagittarius, right? Because it's showing themselves right here. And this is actually representing the energy moving into the present row of you guys actually being able to make a choice It's equivalent to the Two of Pentacles. You know, the choices, right, and the recognition and the reward, these are going to be different energies for each and every one of you. But some of you may be making some choices and some decisions towards love and connection, relationships in your life. And for others, this may represent the energy of moving, relocating, or maybe work-related energy, possibly changing careers. Some of you may be making some choices regarding your career. Beautiful energy showing up for you next, Sagittarius. Here we have the Ace of Cups, right? So love begins right here, coming in right next to the base chakra. So it's representing the energy of a beginning. You know, it's a beginning that's coming in attached to standing your ground. Some of you may be in the process of trying to manifest and to create this beginning. And this is going to be an important time in November to trust your instinct, right? Trust your energies, trust your own experience, trust your sense of judgment. All right, Sagittarius, it's just telling us a story here. Coming in next, we have Prosperity Begins. So yeah, with the activity taking place in your second house of finances in the month of November, you know, some of you, you may be having the chance to experience a little more prosperity in your life, you know, whether that comes as a raise or a promotion, you know, but being able to feel some type of financial gain. And this is, for many of you, this is taking you towards a new opportunity, a brand new beginning here, shown as the Ace of Pentacles. Notice all of the growth right here underneath this tree. You can see its roots. All right, Sagittarius. Let's pull another energy for you. Okay, coming in next to Prosperity Begins, we have Spiritual Strength. So this is equivalent to the Nine of Wands. Coming in right underneath the base chakra. So the month of November, right? This is it's a very spiritual time for a lot of you. And what comes to mind for you, Sagittarius? Planetarily, astrologically, right? You have two different energetic movements in the month of November taking place in your 12th house, right? If there's an energy that represents a 12th house, to me, it's this energy right here, right? So taking time to, remove yourself from the world, from the chaos, the distractions. Remove yourself, maybe for some of you, from the opinions and the judgments from other people. You're really coming together, right, with one within yourself, right? Balancing your mind, body, spirit. Some of you, maybe you have some activity taking place in your 5th house as well, which is all about creativity, right? So some of you are going to be able to connect your energies with your creativity by taking it some time out, seeking some peace and some stillness in your life. All right, Sagittarius, coming in next, we have Patience and Planning, right? Another 7. So we've got 3 7s here, and I know in the world of gambling, 3 7s is the jackpot, right? So for some of you, the month of November may very well turn out to be a jackpot month for you, right? Jackpot because you've had the chance to stand your ground, right? You've had the chance to have different choices available to you. And now here you are in the month of November, some of you making decisions on these choices, taking you towards recognition and reward, right? For others, there's patience and planning here. And I feel like, it's showing up here in your reading because I feel like many of you have been patient, right? You've been patient. You've been putting together this plan. All right, Sagittarius, let's get some clarification now on these energies. First energy that I want to get some clarification on was the first energy we pulled, which is showing up as your base chakra. Right? For some of you, you may have a blockage there. It's about taking action, getting active, moving around. Tell us about the base chakra for Sagittarius. Okay, so Sagittarius, the clarifier that we had that came out for the base chakra comes to us as a 10 of Swords, right? So why is this base root chakra, why is it closed for some of you? Some of you, right, may be coming out of a painful experience, showing itself as a 10 of Swords. Swords can represent lessons, right? They can represent some pain in life, but they always represent growth. It's a beautiful energy to show up as a 10, Sagittarius, because it's letting you know, right, for many of you, this is a time to release these energies, right? Allow the limiting energies to just come to rest, right? Allow them to pass. For some, this could be about forgiving, right? Forgiving other people, even forgiving yourself. But being able to look back on your experience in life, like we pointed out for that lunar eclipse energy, right? To focus on those energies of what have you accomplished in life, right? Not the limiting energies, not the pain, but what are the positive things that you've experienced, right? Focus on your growth from this experience, so that you're raising your vibration, right? And hopefully some of you are moving around, getting some exercise, going on walks, and opening up this beautiful base chakra. All right, Sagittarius, tell us more. Tell us about recognition and reward. Okay, so coming in, clarifying, recognition and reward. Let me get these going the right direction here. We have two energies that showed up for us. Here we have the Five of Cups. So, recognition and reward. Right here, these three cups, they're tipped over, right? Tipped over cups, they represent something from the past that brings up that energy of disappointment, right? Maybe disbelief, sadness. Tipped over cups, that's what they do. They represent disappointment. So you have the reward right over here behind you. It's a Two of Cups, right? So for some of you, this Two of Cups can represent the energy of a relationship, a connection in your life. What's attached to this energy is the Queen of Cups. So here we see water energy. Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. Queen, so we think of female. It doesn't have to be, right? But here you are, focus. The great thing about the Queen of Cups energy is she's a very loving energy, right? But she also has both feet in the water. So, she can be a little bit emotional at times, right? And this is representing some of that emotion, right? When we get emotional over things that have disappointed, haven't worked out for us in the past, you want to recognize this energy, right? So that you can be aware of these two full cups behind you in order to be able to receive, for many of you, your recognition and reward. Right? So this is about focusing on the positive, focusing on your accomplishments. All right, Sagittarius, tell us about choosing wisely. Okay, so here's the energy that we're getting the clarification on. It's about having a lot of choices in life, right? You can go lots of different directions. And I know that that's an energy that resonates great with you, Sagittarians, right? Because you guys are great at change. You like to have a lot of choices. So here we have the Chariot card coming in and clarifying this energy. This represents the energy of Cancer, right? So we're seeing more water here. Some of you may very well be connected to a water sign, right? But this is about movement. This is about changes that are coming in. And here attached to it is the Knight of Swords. I mean, look how fast this horse is running. And he's running towards these changes, right? So for some of you, these choices that you have to make, they're going to bring you changes. And this Knight of Swords, right, he brings in truth, and he's rushing in to bring you this truth regarding these changes. Some of you Sagittarians, you may be relocating. Some of you may be traveling. All right, Sagittarius, tell us about stand your ground. Tell us about stand your ground. Okay. All right. So Sagittarius, we have two energies that showed up for you here. So when it comes to standing your ground, standing up for yourself, trusting yourself, we have the Strength card representing the energy of Leo, right? Here she is standing her ground. So it's letting you know, right, to trust your sense of judgment. Notice there isn't anybody else around here with her. It's just the lion. And she has the courage to reach down and to cup the chin of the lion, right? So she's taking that chance. Here she is exercising that energy of courage. Beautiful energy that's found within that Leo-like energy. And attached to this energy, once again, is the Seven of Cups, right? So clearly, in the month of November, Sagittarius, many of you are going to have all kinds of different choices, right? But this is about trusting your sense of judgment, trusting your feeling towards going after which one of these choices you want to make. All right, Sagittarius, let's pull some more energies for you. Tell us about movement, choices, and decisions for Sagittarius. Tell us about this movement, choices, and decisions for for Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. So we have two energies that showed up for you here. And they're coming in to clarify this energy, right? Two of Pentacles. It's about, making a choice, right? Making a decision. Again, we're coming off the energy of standing your ground. Very important for you, Sagittarius, in the month of November. So attached to this energy, we have the Seven of Swords, which can represent the energy of deception, right? And I feel like this energy is probably connected to the energies of other people, where maybe you're getting opinions from other people in your life about these choices to make, right? And for some of you, you may be getting an opinion from somebody who maybe does not have your best interest in mind. Attached to this energy, we have the World card. So it represents the energy of closing the door on the previous chapter in your life and opening up the door on a brand new chapter, right? So some of you, what this chapter represents is it's representing the energy of just being able to stand on your own, right? To remove yourself from the opinions and the judgments of other people, just trusting your own sense of judgment. You want to take that energy with you, right? That strong, courageous, trusting your judgment kind of energy with you into this next chapter. All right, tell us about Love Begins for Sagittarius. All right, we have two energies coming in for you, Sagittarius, and they're great energies. So what we're asking about this beginning, right? The beginning of love. For some of you, this may represent the beginning of a new relationship, romantic, friendship. Two energies clarifying this are the Magician card, right? This is an energy of manifestation. This is the universe letting you know, Sagittarius. For those of you that are trying to create this beginning, right? And it's the beginning of something, stepping into something that you love, right? That you enjoy doing. We have the Magician. So it's universe letting you know, right? That you're manifesting. You have the ability to create, to step into this beginning. This is about freeing up your energy, raising your vibration, and literally your thoughts, your words, and your actions are all beginning to manifest for you, right? And what are they manifesting? They're creating space in your life, right? In order for this beginning to come in. Attached to this energy is the Three of Wands, right? Which represents the energy of looking ahead, right? Looking at the journey ahead. So many of you, right? You're thinking, you may be in this energy in November, thinking about this beginning, thinking about what this is that you love in your life that you want to create. And here you have the energy of the Magician attached to it. So for many of you, Sagittarians, you definitely are going to be able to create and experience this Ace of Cups beginning in November. Good for you. There's nothing better than stepping into the energy and beginning something brand new and fresh that we just love in life, right? Whether it's a relationship or a new job, a new hobby, a new project. All right, tell us about Prosperity Begins for Sagittarius. Okay, beautiful. So Sagittarius, prosperity beginning, right? Some of you may have been waiting around for this prosperity for quite some time, right? And here we have the Justice card showing up, the energy of Libra. Some of you may be connected to this Libra. But this is about fairness, balance, right? Coming in, showing up for you. What is this balance bringing you? As it pertains to abundance, right? It's bringing you 10 of Pentacles, right? Which is just like, this is the epitome of abundance, right? This is an abundance of recognition for many of you, right? An abundance of success, right? Financial rewards. Some of you with your second house activity, right? You're going to be experiencing a gain, a boost in your finances, in your income. What is it bringing you? Justice, fairness, and balance. All right, Sagittarius, tell us about spiritual strength. Tell us about spiritual strength. Okay, so Sagittarius, why is this energy showing up and why is it important, right? This is about seeking that stillness, seeking peace, seeking that quiet time, asking yourself the more important questions in life, right? Those spiritual questions. We have two energies showing up. So the first energy is the Four of Cups, which represents the energy of feeling somewhat stagnant, right? Feeling somewhat bored, knowing that there's more out there that's being experienced, right? That's available for me, but feeling somewhat disconnected from these experiences. This is what some of you may be feeling right now, right? And this is Ace of Cups beginning. It's coming in. This is the hand of God coming in, offering you, bringing you the opportunity to capitalize on this beginning. Attached to it is the Nine of Wands, which represents the energy of looking at the big picture, looking at the long term. All right, Sagittarius, tell us about patience and planning. Tell us about patience and planning for Sagittarius. Okay, so the energy that came out clarifying this comes to us as the Seven of Wands. Really similar energy to the Seven of Swords. As we're looking at this figure here, he is fending himself from these wands, right? This is coming in attached to patience and planning. So Sagittarius, we know at the end of the day, right, a big energy for all of you in the month of November is to trust your judgment, right? Have the courage to trust your sense of judgment, to trust your opinions, right? Trust the energies within you. These other six wands may be representing the energies of other people coming in with different opinions, different ideas on the direction you should go. So Sagittarius, again, the month of November, trusting your judgment. For many of you, this is about having the courage to trust yourself. All right, Sagittarius, I think I'm done with your November tarot reading. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope that you were able to connect with these energies and find part of your story and part of your truth here. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I always enjoy connecting and sharing these readings with you guys. Thank you for all the likes, subscribes, and the shares. Keep in mind, right, for those of you where these energies are resonating, if you're interested in getting a personal tarot reading, I offer those, and there's details below in the description. I can send you a private link to your own 30-minute recording of a personal reading that's directed specifically at you, that's based upon questions that you may have had for me to ask in tarot, right? And for others, I also do live tarot readings. I started doing those in this last month or so, and I really enjoy those because it gives me a chance to be able to we can see each other, right? So we're looking at each other, and you can interrupt me and stop and ask questions in your reading, right? Maybe an energy shows up and you want to get a little more clarification, a better understanding. We can do that, right? And it gives me the chance to be able to interact and ask questions as well. So those readings have been very good and very comprehensive. So if you're a little bit tempted to do that, I encourage you to take that leap of faith and order yourself a personal tarot reading, whether it's with me as a tarot reader or another tarot reader. Okay, Sagittarius, thank you again for all the beautiful love and support that you guys provide me. Wishing you all the very best in the month of November. You have a big month ahead of you. Thanks, Sagittarius.